Learn Excel from Mr. Excel Podcast, episode 2298. Ask me a question about your data. Hey, welcome back to the MrExcel Netcast. I'm Bill Jelen. This one's so good, I might just put it up out of order. It's Sunday when I'm recording this, and tomorrow's a holiday in the U.S. I think I might just let it go today. This was announced at Ignite, but when I was recording the other 6 videos at Ignite, I didn't have this one yet. It hadn't been released to me. It's only for insiders fast. So I have a data set here, less than 250,000 cells, so 11 cells by 564 rows, region, category, product, name. Let's assume I know nothing about Excel. I just have this data and I have questions. So yeah, we've had the ideas for a couple of years now, and it is mildly interesting, because it's trying to discover trends in your data. But now they've taken this to a whole new level with this new feature called Ask a Question About Your Data. Right? So rather than just let them randomly try and find something that's interesting, you can tell them what you want to know, and it does an amazing job of giving you the answer. So let's say, who are the top 5 customers? And it shows me the top 5 customers based on total quantity. So top 5 customers by sales. And now I get the top 5 customers based on sales. Top 5 customers by sales this year. This is freaking amazing. Look at this. Assume that you can't create a sum if. You don't know how to do data filter advanced. You don't know how to create a pivot table. This artificial intelligence is taking your natural English sentence and giving you results. Top 5 customers by sales this year. So A Datum Corporation 447577. I can ask for last year, and its worldwide import is 440076. Now, I added a column here with names, right? Which should enable this amazing thing to work. If I say who had the most sales this year, because I said who, they're going to look through the columns and try and figure out which one has names. So Chris Nielsen was our top salesman. Isn't that cool? And then here we have something that's called category. What if I want to know the top 5 categories? Now, because I'm an English speaker, I know that category with a Y changes to IES. So actually there's only 2 categories, or 3 categories. Top 2 categories by sales this year. And they understood that categories and category is the same thing. Now, here's a gotcha, right? I now realize, well, this would actually be better if I had added a year field in. And so I want to go back to the original data. And my first try at this, I just came out here and said year equal year of this. Double click and copy that down. All right, but the problem is Ideas doesn't see that new data. It's kind of, sort of, not the same, but it's sort of like a pivot cache, where when you create the pivot table, they load that data into memory. When I first click Ideas, yeah, well, they loaded the data, and now they don't see that column. So in order to get that column to be part of the analysis, close the Ideas pane, come back in here, click Ideas, and I can ask for sales by year. It's funny. It's not funny at all. I didn't want a chart. I just wanted the numbers. Show me sales by year as numbers. That's not going to work. Okay. All right. Tiny bit of frustration there. But here's the deal. This is brand new, right? This will get better. So far, a lot of sentences I'm typing in are working perfectly. There's a few that I type in where I wanted one thing and I'm getting something else, but it's still really, really good. Not what I wanted. Top 5 customer sales by year with sales and profit. And then insert that. There we are. Okay, so year, customer, sum of sales, sum of profit. Should that have been a pivot table? Maybe. Although I guess if you're using this, maybe you're a person who would be freaked out by a pivot table. I don't know. This really has the chance to enable a lot of people who can't figure something out in Excel to do something in Excel. In fact, my one fear with this is it's such an important feature that I'm going to estimate probably 60% of the world can benefit from this feature, but it is not discoverable. The discoverability rate is probably like 7% or something like that. Why? Because people aren't going to click on ideas. It's not a compelling icon. And if you are a pro and you've used ideas before, you might now dismiss it because it wasn't coming up with a good idea. So to put this new box here where no one can see it, yeah, I'm not sure that's the best thing. Where should it have been? It should have been up here where Tell Me was. But the issue is you have to click on ideas for them to load the data into memory, right? So up here with Tell Me, it hasn't loaded the data into memory yet. I think it's really, really good. You should try it if you're on Insiders. If you have coworkers who are completely afraid of Excel, you should tell them about this. As this gets better and handles more of our sentences, it definitely could be a massive game changer. All right, there you have it, the brand new Ask a Question About Your Data. Check out my new book, Mr. Excel LX, the Holy Grail of Excel Tips. I love when the Excel team keeps creating new features. Keep doing it, Excel team. But it makes this book more and more obsolete, so we'll have to come up with another version of it at some point. If you like what you see here, I'm trying to get you those new features as soon as I know about them. Please, down below this video, subscribe and ring the bell. Ringing the bell will get you notifications when new features come along. Hey, I want to thank you for stopping by. We'll see you next time for another Netcast from Mr. Excel.